World Eaters are still punching up in this brand new meta. And over the weekend at Adepticon, not only did World Eaters take fifth place, they showcased a brand new model called the Slaughterbound that's coming in our brand new codex, and we're in the phase of dropping now. So it should be out in a couple of weeks. We're going to talk about what I anticipate, what I hope to see in the new codex, or what I want to continue to see in the new codex, Slaughterbound, and how World Eaters are currently doing after Adepticon. So shout out to Stat Check. I always like to show people Stat Check. I think they have an amazing platform with a lot of great information. This can show you exactly what's going on in the meta currently from GT level up. As you can see, we are looking at the World Eaters, both detachments that we have currently, which is the Vessels of Wrath and the Berserker Warband. As you can see, it's been a couple months since I've done a video on Vessels of Wrath in particular. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video on World Eaters. Glad to be back. Glad for everyone to be watching. But with that being said, last time we talked about them, Vessels of Wrath were actually in contention, not far off from Berserker Warband. They were probably 47%. Berserker Warband was 48%. Now we have Berserker Warband winning at a rate of 49% and 58% for Vessels of Wrath, which is really nice to see. That means that a lot more people, means a few things, right? A lot more people are using the Vessels of Wrath currently. Also, people are performing a lot better with Vessels of Wrath currently as well. People are really trying to, or are starting to find their way in the Vessels of Wrath detachment. It's really good. It gives you 3 automatic blessings that you choose for every detachment, as we all, for every attached sergeant or character for this detachment, as we all know. But Vessels of Wrath, it can be very strong, different stratagems. Uh, I've talked about this before, my opinions on both of them. I still think the Berserker Warband has the better stratagems and is more aligned to my play style. But that could be pilot dependent, right? I think that's completely stylistic, where I'm choosing Berserker Warband over Vessels of Wrath because how I like to run my World Eaters. Vessels of Wrath is pretty nice. Like I was telling you, you get the abilities to give blessings to 3 units, and not, a third blessing onto 3 units, not to mention the 2 that you get previous to that and everything else that your army is getting. So it's very strong. So currently, I wanted to talk currently of how well we've been doing. So we are overall at a 52% win rate. We've only won 1 event so far currently that has a GT level or higher. So we've been performing pretty well, relatively well in the meta. I think that we are very strong and we got a glow up, as I was saying previously, in the Eldari new matchup and meta that we have for Eldari. Now we have a bunch of new armies that are coming in as well, new factions that are dropping. So a lot of things are getting figured out, data, meta, everything, all the armies, what factions people want to take in particular. There's so many detachments coming out that you're not going to find anytime currently a standstill point or a good data plotting point, right, where we can get some good information. So hopefully the data sheets slow down just a little bit so we can come to a standstill and get a good position of where we want to be at. Even though marketing wise, it's very good for Games Workshop to put out all these detachments so people continue to buy more miniatures, different miniatures, things like that. For example, right, this is one thing that I was debating if I want to buy into the demons, knowing that Khorne demons are going to be part of the World Eaters Codex, right? Do I want to start spending now a lot of money on Khorne demons, things like that? Is it still going to be viable? Is it going to be legal in that, right? And that's the drawback on why I haven't purchased it yet, is that what exactly is being taken out as a data sheet? We already know a bunch of data sheets are being taken out and only a couple of staying. So which ones are they? Right. So we don't know currently. So I'm not going to go crazy buying it, but it's a crazy dichotomy to be in, and a happy time to be in as well, knowing that you're having a new codex dropping, and it's potentially going to be amazing. Hopefully, the first codex comes out good writer, and next codex comes out bad writer, doesn't actually hit us in the way that we get the bad writer, right? That would mean that Death Guard or something else would get the bad writer and designer for that codex itself. Hopefully, we have an amazing one. And with that being said, we'll continue to talk about the war bands, what happened over Adepticon, and show you the Slaughterbound model as well. Getting into Adepticon over the weekend, and we had one World Eaters player who ended up performing very well at the event. His name is Christian Vale. He only had 1 loss and 6 wins. We're going to check out his list right now. All right, so don't scream me or my sons ever again. As soon as you look at what he has as characters, you'll understand exactly what he's talking about. Angron can fly. Lord Invo used to be able to fly. I don't know why that's not the case anymore. He should have that back in the new codex. Hopefully that's one of the things that I anticipate that they have. And 2 demon princes with wings, right? So 3 flying units. So it can't be screened out. Just fly over those units and hit whatever is behind them, hiding behind them. So he also had 2 units of jackals, 2 units of 8 bound, 3 of them in each unit, 1 unit of exalted 8 bound, 3 of them in that unit, 2 spawns, 2 in each unit, and 10 terminators. So very interesting list to see. Nonetheless, they mentioned on stream that this individual was playing very nicely with his World Eaters, and they were very kind to him and how he was playing and interacting and using his World Eaters. I watched him throughout the weekend on stream. Shout out to War Games Live. They have an amazing stream, one of the best ones out there, where you can always watch some games over the weekend and learn some new things and watch your favorite armies, like I was watching the World Eaters, seeing how they perform, and watch Christian Vale just come into 5th place, do very well. He ended up losing to the Ultramarines, or the Ultra Fist. They were all yellow, who ended up winning it all. So it's not bad. I wouldn't be too angry or upset if I lost to the guy who ended up winning it all, right? Because he had to go through me to beat other people to win it all. So very nice list. He was obviously using the Demon Princes to jump over screens. He didn't want to get screened in. Can be very powerful, especially with the Helm of Brazen Iron. Allows you to take half damage, And then the World Eaters Demon Prince with wings had second one had the Berserker Glaive. Obviously, he's using the Berserker Warband. I know we were just previously talking about on stat checks that people were using Vessels of Wrath, but I still think that Berserker Warband is one of the best detachments that they have currently, obviously out of 2, right? So you don't have much of a choice other than the 2. But this is a very good detachment, and taking those enhancements and using the stratagems in them with Angron make it even more powerful. Having 2 units of jackals, so you yourself have screening units as well. So you don't want to get screened in, bro, but you're definitely going to screen them out, which is very nice, and put sticky on those objective markers. So very good. Tertiary mission rules, things like that, they function very well as well. So as being battle line and being able to advance sometimes and still perform actions, really good to have 2 units of jackals. I'm always jumping back and forth from having 2 units of jackals or 2 units of spawn, or vice versa, 1 unit of jackals and 2 units of spawn. Very nice choice. Very interesting list. Obviously, the Demon Princes did a lot of work with Angron. I actually watched him in that game. I think that it was just an eager and aggressive jump that he did to the left flank. He ended up jumping towards a dreadnought, and right in front, right behind the dreadnought was another dreadnought. I think a lancer and a whole unit, maybe a intercessor unit. I don't remember exactly what it was. Regardless, I think he anticipated that he would get Ingram back very fast, and I don't believe he ever got him back that game at all. So I think it ended up costing him for being over aggressive, but still very nice to see him. Congratulations to Christian for performing so well over the weekend and at Adepticon. It's great to see fellow World Eaters players watching your favorite army performing well in the right hands. And he was a great sport as well uh, when it came to playing the game, just talking out his turns, talking out what he's doing, positioning, things like that. It's a great game etiquette individual. Was an awesome individual spectacle just to watch on stream as well. So it was really really nice. Seemed like a really nice guy. So I wish him nothing but the best. Also had 2 units of spawns. Was watching them hitting flanks, doing holding objectives, things like that. And Terminator Squad, he threw these in the center a lot of times just to hold ground. He did get aggressive with them. I know he ended up charging, I want to say, a unit of Marnius Calgar's unit, and he ended up fighting that. Didn't do well, wasn't doing well that game, anyways. But I know he ended up throwing or got charged by Marnius Calgar's unit, and Terminators ended up doing some work. Very nice to see that. Very nice to see the Terminators on the tabletop doing some work. This is another option of mine that I'm always wavering back and forth if I want to take on my list as well. But very nice for Christian to perform very well with this list. This is very unique. I haven't seen anything like this. It just has a combination of everything. I've previously made a list like that where it's just only 10 Terminators instead of doing the 30 Terminators. And I think they have some great value, just like taking 10 Berserkers with a Mo and getting fight first out of that. I think Terminators gives you some amazing value, especially playing into a particular tournament where you know there's going to be a lot of center objectives. You want people to take that away. You want people not to take it away from you, so you put some of the strongest, most durable unit that World Eaters can get in our army, in that being the Terminators, right? So we throw them on the center objective for durability, and if you start threatening them, they can really smack up really good, have a ton of attacks. So really nice to see this, man. I'm glad that World Eaters did and performed very well at Adepticon. Once again, shout out to Christian. And then we're going to look at the last thing where we're going to talk about is the new Slaughterbound model. And then finally, we're going to talk about the new Slaughterbound model that we're having come in for the new World Eaters Codex very soon. So it's a new leader for the 8-bound champions. The Slaughterbound, a monstrosity powerful warrior whose unquenchable lust for bloodshed is so great that they welcome a mighty bloodthirster into their soul. So this dude has a bloodthirster inside his soul. Very nice. That's a new codex that's dropping very soon. So very nice to see this at Adepticon and giving us some love. Even though the model is very subpar, as you've seen the memes, somebody cut off the arm of a possessed model, cut off an 8-bound model, and swapped them and was like, there you go, here's your Slaughterbound. So not a lot of creativity, I think, in the design of the Slaughterbound unit. I do like how the armor looks. He has way more skulls, obviously, dangling and on top of his jetpack. He also has these canisters. Always reminds me of like Bane or something like that, and just injecting them with, creatine or something just to make them ultra rage throughout the battle. Just taking creatine, not taking steroids or something. But I'm still going to end up purchasing the model just to see how it looks like in person. And it looks pretty big, to be quite honest with you. And hilariously and comically, it looks like the bigger your 8-bound, the higher up on the hierarchy, like an orc is in this army, because it looks like the Slaughterbound is going to be huge. The Exalted 8-bound is medium, and the 8-bound is a medium. So very nice to see that we're getting some love and some models. Hopefully we get a new and amazing codex as well, and we'll see in the future and figure it out. Thank you so much to everyone for watching and participating to the very end. This was an excellent show to showcase the new things that we have going on. Pre-codex style for the World Eaters. The new Slaughterbound is coming inbound very soon to you. Hopefully we get it a little bit earlier than the codex, but you know how that all goes. When GW does it, I'll probably do it at the same time. But it's just very exciting to see how the World Eaters are still performing very well. Like I wanted to previously talk about, and I was telling you, I think that this detachment, Berserker Warband, should still make itself into the Codex. Vessels of Wrath as well, and then they can add new detachment into the Codex. Maybe a Demons one, Demon Pure one, a 8-bound, Pure one, a Terminator Pure one, a Berserkers Pure one would be really nice to see. Hopefully, we get a good glow up, a good write up, and we continue to see the incredible mechanics that we have in the blessings table, right? Incredible mechanic. I hope it doesn't go away. I hope it continues. If it does, it gets, slightly better. I think it's very advantageous for any player who wants to pick up an army and say, hey, I'm going to do a roll that's called a blessing roll. Pick 2 abilities from a chart of 6 amazing abilities and run with it for that entire battle round, right? So I hope that we continue to have that throughout the future. It's amazing to have a great mechanic like that and a codex that we love to play. So hopefully we see more of that in the future. And thank you so much once again to everybody for participating. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe as always. And don't forget, Onslaught Gaming 40K, where victory is just a strategy away. And most importantly, blood for the blood god. Ah!